Lagos Housewife here. Welcome to another episode of Eat Natural, Live Healthy, as we always say here, because here you learn how to eat healthy, how to eat things from nature, and even when you want to indulge, I teach you subtle ways you can make everything healthier, like what I'm about to do here today. Some of you have reached out to me and asked me to show you how to bake healthy bread in the BreadMaker using regular flour. As someone said, Lagos Housewife, can I still use refined flour? Yes, you can. But here I'm going to teach you little things you can add to it to make it healthier. And of course, it will be in the BreadMaker because I know many of you want to see the ease of using a BreadMaker for baking. So let's get started. Inside here, I have 3 cups of flour, regular all-purpose flour. If you have bread flour, you can use that. If you want to measure, that's 432 grams, but it's 3 cups. This is the measurement cup I use. This is a full cup. So from this, I'm going to remove 2 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of flour, and I will replace it with 2 tablespoons of ground flax seed. This is flaxseed that I have grinded just to add extra fiber. But here I have 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. Instead of regular milk, I'm using tiger nut milk. You can see that here. So I'm going to get the chia seeds soaking in the tiger nut. What I have here is 300 ml of tiger nut milk. You can see the measurement at the side. Can you see that? So 300 ml. And 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. Put that inside to start soaking. Then here I have my jaggery. Instead of using regular sugar, I'm using jaggery. This is 3 tablespoons of jaggery, which is replacing 3 tablespoons of refined white sugar. Here I have 2 tablespoons of butter. This is soft butter. I was trying to soften it, that's why a little bit of it melted, but you really don't need it to melt. It's just soft. Make sure it's not frozen. 2 tablespoons of that. And of course, I'll be using salt. That is 1 teaspoon of salt, regular salt in here. And my yeast, this is instant yeast. You are to use instant yeast or fast-acting yeast. Those are the regular ones for BreadMaker. So those are all my ingredients. Let me mix in the flaxseed with the flour. There's a particular order you add in things when you are using BreadMaker. You just can't mix everything together. You understand? The only reason I'm mixing the flaxseed in right now is because it is part of the flour base. Part of the flour base. Anything else will come in separately. Inside my BreadMaker pan, you can see the mixer hook there. Pour in the tiger nut milk with the chia seeds. When using a BreadMaker, always pour in your liquid first. Then the 2 tablespoons of softened butter. Half teaspoon of salt. 3 tablespoons of jaggery. Then you pour the flour on top to cover all the liquid. The last thing you add is the yeast. Make sure it doesn't touch the liquid. Put it on top of the flour, and I'm using 2/3 of a teaspoon. That's less than 1 teaspoon, more than half a teaspoon. I'll put this in the BreadMaker. I'm going to be using the sandwich setting because I'm making a sandwich loaf bread. That's 11. Okay, then I'll specify the size. The measurement I used is for 1.5 pounds. So that is going to take this amount of time. So switch it on. So you can hear the bread maker already kneading the dough. That's the beauty of using a bread maker. It does everything for you. It kneads, it proofs, it bakes. All you have to do at the end of the time is bring it out. Don't worry, I'm still going to do an extensive review of the bread maker where I'll talk about the different features and types of breads you can use it to bake. But for now, it's just the recipe. Now, there are things I want you to know when using a bread maker to bake. Always use room temperature ingredients. Don't use warm, don't use cold. It's very important. I know normally when we're baking bread using our normal hand or using mixer, we are used to warm water. No, don't do that with a bread maker. It regulates the temperature itself. So normal temperature, whether water, milk, anything you're using. Number 2, always the same order I put everything. That's the order you should put your things. The liquid first, then the liquid, the butter or oil that you're using, the salt, the sugar, then you will now add the flour. Never let the yeast touch the liquid. Once the yeast starts proofing, immediately it will affect the quality of your bread. So separate the yeast. The yeast will be on top of the flour. The flour will act as the barrier between the liquid and the yeast. So please, this is not when using a bread maker, you don't need to proof your yeast as in put it in water first and let it rise. Nah, no need for that. So I just wanted to let you know that. So right now, I'm just going to hands off, go relax, have a cup of tea and wait for my bread to be done. It's ready. Whoops, that's hot. That is hot, 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 hot. Wow. Look at that. Wow. See? Now let me show you how to get very soft bread. Soft skin bread. This is already soft, but I want it even softer. Take cold butter and start rubbing all over. You can use a brush. That's if it's melted butter. But I'm using frozen butter. That's why I'm using my hand. And just rub it all over. Rub it everywhere. Even under. Oh, it's melting. Yes. Okay. I'm going to toss the pieces inside the hole. Yes, and now cover it up with any clean nylon to trap heat. Just cover it up. Use a napkin over it just to help with trapping steam. That will soften the bread even further, soften and make it stretchy. I've let this steam for 5 minutes, so time to open it up. See what I'm talking about? I wish I could show you. Everywhere is now so soft. So for all of you who are always looking for the backs of your breads to be very soft, this is the simple technique. Simply rub it with water. I said with water, with butter. Cover it up and just let the residual steam just soften that. It is so incredibly soft. Now, time to cut. Normally, you are not supposed to cut your bread when it's still very hot. It will release steam and make it stiff. But just to show you. Ooh, 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 ooh. Can you see that? It's incredibly soft. Look at that. Now you can see that having a bread maker is amazing. The only work I did was to measure everything inside. It did everything. It's a really, my husband calls it an underrated kitchen appliance. It's kitchen gadget. He said it's really underrated, that more people should have it. So that is how to make bread. You can follow this recipe. You can see how awesomely it turned out. It will be an amazing bread for your children. Imagine them waking up to fresh, hot bread early in the morning. Healthy bread for that matter. With chia seed, with flax seed, with tiger nuts milk. Delicious. So until next time again, when I'll be coming your way with more recipes, as always, it's Lagos Housewife. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to share this video. And don't forget, what I love, getting your feedback when you try the recipes and tagging me in your pictures. I'll be looking forward to it. Bye.